Manager told me to call the person of the computer I was working on, so I did.
Crosspost from tech support. I was sitting in my office one slow day and the CEO walked in, always a pucker moment even though I'm on very good terms with him, and he handed me an, obviously non-business, laptop and asked if I could get it back up and running as it had a very important thing on it that was needed shortly, and as I wasn't doing anything and he still signed my paycheck, I said, "You got it, sir." Later a middle mangler comes in and asks me to do something and I say, "You're number 2 in line," and pointed to the, obviously not corporate, laptop I was fixing. Mangler didn't like that much and demanded I call whoever and tell them that it wasn't acceptable for me to be working on personal equipment.
So I pulled out my cell and called. Mangler could only hear my half of the convo, but what he heard was something like, "Hey Tom, I got Bob here telling me it isn't acceptable for me to be working on your personal stuff and he wanted me to call you and tell you." "Oh sure, he's right here, hang on." And I handed the phone to the Mangler. Mangler started off saying it's not acceptable. And then his eyes got real big and the rest of the conversation was yes sir and no sir.
He hung up and thundered, "Why didn't you tell me it was CEO's laptop?" And I said, "You didn't give me a chance," and demanded I call them right now.
It's fine to question IT. Don't act like they're in the wrong before you hear the answer, though, or you'll end up on the very long queue for something that typically takes less than 10 minutes to clear up. My wife once refused to turn on the CEO's cell phone account at a cell company till he paid his bill, which made him pretty pissed off, and he went over her head to get it turned back on with a negative balance and a 90 days overdue. But then later had to come back and give her a compliment because that's how he wanted regular people to be treated and he hadn't identified himself.
That guy will never question you again. When asked why I was doing something, I would always say the top kick wanted it done ASAP. Never an argument, even when it wasn't remotely true. It never got me in trouble and got me promoted fast.
If the manager wanted to know who, they could have asked.
I had a similar story way back when I was first starting out. I got to be the guy the somewhat tech-savvy CFO called for any computer problems he had. Work or not, I worked on his personal laptop and his family's stuff at home. He'd take me to lunch and then to his house to work on stuff that wasn't even really remotely work related. He had a home entertainment system with a lot of movies ripped to the HD. It was some sort of proprietary Plex type thing. He was always super cool to me, but I also ended up being called at odd hours for support. 2. Got a Christmas bonus from him. An electric scooter. Eventually I left due to some unrelated corporate politics shenanigans. But while it lasted having that golden ticket, it was glorious.
Lol. Perfect.
Heard about the reverse. New CEO asked for a meeting with all chief officers to tell how much they bring money to the company. IT officer came first because nobody else wanted. He explained the network he maintains, the PC park of the administration, the database in the archives, the logistics system tuned for the delivery DPT, etc. He concluded by, "I don't know how much money I bring to the company, but without my department, nobody bring $1."
Never demand from IT. It never ends well. Word of the day: Mangler. Mangler.
Used to do PC stuffs on the side for the whole office. Was not my main job, but I was bored. Upgraded the whole office's PCs from scratch for a quarter of the cost of maintaining the service contract of the old ones, so they run 4x as fast with more storage, etc. The ZM, DM, GM, etc. all handed me their virus-infected computers from home where their kids have been naughty. Fun times.
Good one.
I called it an ID10 error. AKA idiot. Ha 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 ha.
You should get an identical laptop, just to keep around for emergencies. Smiley face. 3 people to treat well. Secretary, IT and janitor. The rest you can treat like garbage if that is what you think will advance your career. There are groups of people to be lovely to. One is IT. Always live your IT department. This is why it is important to take a beat and make sure you have all the information you need. Before you engage with a situation, respond. Don't react. Hopefully you manager has learned that now. Good job op.
Loves me a happy ending.
I read this a few times and chuckled each time. Can picture it perfectly.
You radical.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.